Hi everybody, Nancy here. Today I'm going to show you the difference between the selection guidelines versus the snapping, because for the longest time I was thinking that snapping did what selection guidelines were created to do, and it wasn't happening, but I didn't know why it wasn't working. And I finally figured it out. I watched one of Ed's videos and it was like, oh, oh, it's the ruler. And that's the difference. The snapping is 100% for the ruler. It has nothing to do with moving things around on your screen. Watch what happen. What I think, if you're like me, you get it confused with the selection. So if I go to the next page and see, if I move the D around, I just wrote, if I move the D around, I was expecting it to kind of snap into place, but it wasn't doing that, and I didn't know if it was me or if it was the software. I didn't know what it was. Well, the problem is I was using it for something it wasn't intended for. If you go to the selection menu, which is next to the trash can, the three lines with the dots, and then you select the tools over on the top left, and selection guidelines is there on the top. If you toggle that on, now when you move things around, it does kind of snap into place. And see, it has the little guidelines to show up, and it will snap when it gets a location that it thinks you might be wanting to line up. It snaps into that spot. See, like right now the D and the B are perfectly lined up. If I select the circle and I try to, now all three of those things are lined up. Now I personally, it depends on what I'm doing, but I generally leave this turned off, and if I just have to have it, I'll turn it on. But just because all the lines just start to confuse me, and it starts lining things up that I don't want it to line up to. So what I will do, if I'm just trying to align things, I'll just go here, go to the selection menu again, go down to the bottom and choose center, go to align vertical and choose center, and choose, I don't have them selected. Go down to the bottom, do center, and that lines everything up. And I'll be honest with you, I sometimes confuse vertical and horizontal, so I will look at the first word, the left, and then I know how it's going to work. I look at left and top, and so if I want something to line centered, I know that left is the one I want. Okay, now this doesn't always work, because if I had this calendar and I wanted to line these two rows up some kind of way, and I know that I have all of them selected, but I also know that these are individual items, and if I select that and then I do what I just did, the vertical align vertical center, see, it's going to stack everything up, and that's not at all what I want to do. If I undo that, now if I wanted to line these things, no, I need to line that column up, then I could do that the same way. And if I wanted to line those up, I could use the horizontal versus the vertical. So you can do some things with it when you have a bunch of stuff all piled up like this, but you just be aware that it might backfire on you. But thank the Lord for undo buttons. Okay, now let me just show you the snapping. Select the ruler at the top if you have it on your workspace. It's not on everybody's, because it is an option to be there or not. And you use the ruler. I have snapping turned on, And see, even it now kind of snaps into place. But if I draw a line, it stays snapped to the pivot point, and you can see it kind of snaps as you roll, but the snapping is to that pivot point, and that's how you would use it with the ruler. Now, another thing you could do, it also lines up to the isometric and the square grid. So if I change my background paper from the template to this grid paper, and I use the ruler, it will snap to the lines. So if I draw, see, it's snapping to the bottom. It's the side that the numbers are on is where your pivot point is and where your snapping is. So it's snapping to the next line. And so that's how you can do perfectly spaced lines if you need to. Of course, I would use a table. But anyway, so that's that. If I change it to isometric, that is down here. Change it to that. Now you've got those diamonds. Now it's going to do it lined up to those things, to those lines. See, it's trying to suck up to that. Okay. Now. All right, I'll fight you. All right, I was trying to grab the corner and it was moving the ruler as opposed to drawing the line. So see, now I'm spacing them perfectly vertically, or whatever, this diagonally. Or I could make it go the opposite direction because the lines are going the opposite direction. All right, so that's what snapping does. It controls the snap of the ruler. Now, let me just show you something else that I think is new. I may be wrong, but I think I would have noticed it before. See, right now, we now have the option to change from a circle, which is what I think it always was, to uncheck it, and you can stretch it out now some kind of way. There, okay. See, now you can use that. There, okay, I'm having to figure out what to grab to turn it so it's on its side. I believe I would have used this before because, see, now you remember there's another video on how I did the note that looks like it's lifted in the middle. I would have used this option had I had that opportunity. So I think this is new, the circle. So I think I deserve an Easter egg for that. Anyway, that's all. I hope that helps somebody. Y'all have a great day. Bye.